EuroPython 2025. So my name Ruslan. Let's check how our micro work. And cause the session about football, we will need to make some noise today during my session. So I will talk about competition in a moment. And no worries, I will share my slides with you. So I will appreciate if you can have mobile phones or laptops, just to follow me today. And now competition, interactive challenge. You need to follow me and find fake slide. But no worries, it will be absolutely fake, like $3 bill fake slide. And you just need to shout fake. And let's just try. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thank you so much. And because we have a lot of snacks today, I am Ukrainian, that's why I have with me Ukrainian snacks and Ukrainian traditional modern drinks. So you can shout not only once, but multiple times. So we have a lot of chances today to win these next drinks from Ukraine. And you may ask why this session. First of all, you can see huge spike 1 month ago, and I need your help. Do you understand this anomaly? Event started 1 month ago, ended last weekend. In USA, Club World Cup 2025. Exactly, extremely high boost to football analytics. So it's first reason, because it's popular, we need to talk about this one. But also I am football fan, Ukrainian national football team. That's why I am just curious how I can use Python to learn more. So if you're interested in the role of football analyst, for example, please follow me today especially. Yes, of course, all topics about football analytics should include stat bombs, sport monks, understat, and I will do the same. But also I will share with you some extras. Also, I will share with you learning materials, how to start with football analytics, and some closing slides, for example, contact to me, because we will not have today Q&A session here. Q&A session will be provided on Corridor, on Discord, LinkedIn, email, whatever, but not during this call. And slides. So please take a photo. You can use QR code. Believe me, it's safe enough to use. Or you can use this tinyurl.com/EuPy, capitalized EuPy 25. Why you need slides? Because we will have too much Python code for 30 minutes talk. That's why I need your help, so I don't need to increase, decrease fonts all time. Just wait one more moment, tinyurl.com, EuPy 25, one more second. I'm not sure you're taking photo of me or slides. Let's start with StatBombs. So recently, Huddle company acquired StatBomb. That's why new name is Huddle StatBomb. And today we will play with StatBomb open data. So let me find laser point. On GitHub, we will find data catalog. And inside this data catalog, we will find a lot of JSON files. First of all, we will find competition.json. And next level from competition, it's season, because it can be Club World Cup, but it can be 2025 season or 2023 season. So competition, season. Next, we will have matches, like football matches. And please raise your hand if you're from US, if you're from USA. Sorry, you need to all time translate football to soccer. Soccer to football, because we will talk about both. I prepared for this one. And also please raise your hand if you're fans from Germany. Wow, finally, because it's not first time I'm trying to talk about football analytics, but it's first time, I have real German football fans in the same room to talk. I hope we maybe also have somebody online with us today. So competition, season, matches, and inside matches we will have events and layups today. Super easy structure. Maybe events can be misleading, because events, it's like actions during the football match, like yellow card, red card, kickoff. etc. But not match. Match, it's match. Event, it's some action during the match. So inside this data folder, we will find competition JSON. And as standard, we just need to click row to see raw data JSON and to see link to our JSON file. So now we can move quickly to Python. I will use this construction just to present as many rows, columns I want, and just don't to have the slider bar. Yep, you can do the same. And we will use this endpoint competition.json, and we can see from this, for example, Bundesliga 2023, 2024. And we just need to find competition ID and competition season for some Germany national football team matches. And yes, of course, I found, first of all, we need to start with FIFA World Cup 2025. So competition ID is 43 and season ID 106 because it's 2022 FIFA World Cup. And you can see in total we have 64 matches, and it's absolutely correct. Yep, and final match was Argentina against, who can help me? France again, and who won the match? Yes, Messi, exactly. And finally, when we have the World Cup 2025, let's find matches of Germany. So let's just filter by Germany, and in total we will have only 3 matches. And who can help me? Why? Because, bad results, because third place in group. Yep, so no kickoff matches, only group stage for Germany. So let's check what we have in Costa Rica against Germany match here. And for this one, we will use StatBomb event data. So please remember events like actions during the match. It's not match. Yep, a lot of it's for every football match on StatBombs. We can expect over 3,000 events. And let's just check most popular events. And yes, of course, you can expect most popular event during the football match is pass, exactly. And we can see the same data. And not the bad result with this number of passes and ball receipt. But I'm not sure who received this ball, away team or home team. Ball receipt, carry, pressure, ball recovery, etc. So let's just filter passes for Germany. For example, we can see this one, Thomas Müller to Rüdiger, and we can see location. Start point location, end point location. And no worries, we will talk about location in a moment. Now let's just check this one. We can easily, with StatBombs data, prepare most frequent passing combination between players. And no surprise here, Kimmich to Schule, Schule to Kimmich, or Rüdiger. Yep, just Python, just open source archive data to work with. And now about location. Help me with standard recommended pitch size here in Europe from FIFA or from UEFA. Who remember? It's 105, 105, and 68. However, StatBombs don't care about this one, and for all matches, we will have the same pitch size. But please remember, Liverpool, Chelsea, Napoli, Everton have another non-standard pitch. Yes, of course, you can have some benefits for your team. If you have wider the pitch, if you have good wings, you will have better chances to win. That's why Liverpool, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, a lot of English Premier League clubs. But here, yep, we can expect middle of the pitch. It's like 60-40. So it's 120 meters and 80 meters. So please remember when you play with this data about real pitch size and about StatBomb pitch size. Just not to be surprised how quick a pass or a football player can be according to the data. And now let's check team formation. It's like how many defenders we have, attackers. And for this one, we can use ID 30CX to check tactical shift. But also you can see ID 35. So for all events, we have concrete ID. And 35, it's starting 11, who started the match. And 36, it's tactical shift. We started with one formation, next we changed formation. And unfortunately for this concrete match, for Germany, we don't have data for starting 11, so no data. However, we have tactical shift data, and we can see German national team changed multiple times formation, and finished with 3 attackers in last row. And also we can see for this team formation concrete position and role of football players. For example, yes, of course, no surprise, Neuer, goalkeeper, number 1. But I was completely super surprised that we have well-defined list of roles of football players on this open data. It's only 25 roles. And I want to see the same in IT. Like imagine only 25 roles, like DevOps, front end, back end, full stack, and all this new fancy, I don't know, I don't even remember all those new fancy roles, like LLM engineer, for example. And now for you, especially about American football, I noticed, it's my personal feeling, everything in sport analytics started with baseball. And baseball is just copy-paste of cricket, if you know. And next, somebody just used the same pattern and copy-paste rugby to American football and start sport analytics for American football. And of course, we have much better roles and I believe even budgets for American football in US comparing to football, our football, like soccer. You can see much more new features for American football. And Huddle have product IQ, Huddle IQ, and we can track every player position 30 times per second. And question to you, why this magic number, 30 times per second, tracking position? Exactly because we're analyzing video and we can expect 30 frames, and for each frames we can collect data. I cannot see the same as of now still for our football, and I'm super excited because American football showing us how to do it in the right, proper way. So with this much more detailed data, we can predict much better results of football matches and analyze performance of football players and football teams. And now let's move to another data and libraries, sport monks. Yep, so one was from this side. Alexei, I need your help. Yeah, please distribute to this side. And one from left was, also we have snakes. You need to just take this one. Yeah, can be. Yep, and who was the first from this row? Oh, okay. And please ready to take this one. That's why I can't be down. Thank you so much. No more fake slides anymore, believe me. And to work with this data, we can just use free subscription. And I'm exactly use this free subscription to prepare slides for you. And in free subscription, we will have standard features, like standard events, live score. Unfortunately, we can't forget about ball coordinates. It's not football player position, it's ball coordinates. For in free subscription, we cannot find this data, but you can talk to the company, kindly ask for next, for example, PyCon in Poland, PyCon Poland end of August. Please participate. Prepare talk about ball coordinates in sport analytics in football. And I believe any of these companies will share data with you. But I'm not affiliated with any of this company. And Sport Monks structure much more complicated because you can see statistics, but separately you can see events, and separately you will see lineups, and it will check why it's so complicated in the moment. But let's start with Python code. We need some token. I have already decommissioned this one, so feel free to use. I hope, yeah, because I'm recreated multiple times. Yep, and we can expect for free only 4 leagues, but in practice only 2 countries. Like in England, we have English Premier League, and we have second tier championship. Yep, exactly. So for Denmark and Scotland, you can see the same pattern, like Premier League in Denmark, Scotland, and second tier in Denmark and Scotland. And matches named here fixtures, not events, not matches, fixtures. Please remember about this one. And super easily we can collect matches for one concrete day, for example, 21st of April. Also, we can do the same for range, like this, like full three months. However, please remember, for free, we have only maximum 200 days. And in this case, we need to use pagination. So we cannot expect in API all matches delivery one time. Yeah, we can just need to check, do we have next page? If yes, use pagination and collect all this data. Finally, when we will have some ID of the match, for example, this one, Aberdeen Ross country, yep, this ID, we can use our APIs, endpoint fixtures, and collect more data. But you can see it's not too many data, because with this basic endpoint, we can expect only basic events, yep, for one concrete match fixture. And just to have much more, we need to use this, we need to enrich response with include request parameter. So here you can see include request parameter for my requests Python library, where I'm including statics, type, event, formation, timeline, lineups, detail, etc. And in this case, I can see much more data. So if you cannot find something valuable for you, you're interested in, please just remember to check includes. And good news, we have a lot include option here. So we will use lineups, we will use statistics somewhere here, yep, in a moment. Let's check this type of events. For example, can be substitution, yellow card. So this endpoint is for events. We include events. And events like substitution, yellow card, etc. Yes, of course, formation. We have already did this with previous open data. Now let's check in Sport Monks. We use the same endpoint, but we need to include formations. Yep, 3, 5, 1, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, super easy. However, now about complication. We remember a moment ago, events like substitution, yellow card. Now we have, for example, corner, but corner, it's not event. Corner, it's timeline. Surprise, yep. And you need to navigate across all these includes to finally find what you exactly need. And I believe reason, because now we have third version of API, like Python 3, Python 2. Second version was decommissioned. And I believe we can expect even fourth version, yep. cause of, I believe, ambition of company to help not only with football matches, but in other competitions. Yep, they need to change APIs all times for us, and we just need to survive. And finally, lineups. And we need to include lineups details type. And in this case, we can see our lineup like players. We can do the same with numbers. The ID of role of football player. However, when we will explode it in our pandas Python library details from this endpoint, we can see much more, let's name it events. Yep. Officially, it's lineups details, but let's name it events. For example, total duels, fouls, turnovers. If you want to find this type of data, like statistics for one concrete player from one concrete match game, you need to navigate surprisingly to lineups, but remember to include details too in your endpoint. So as of now, quick summary from my side. Stat bombs, much easier structure. Super nice documentation on GitHub, just a lot of PDF files, and you can find all information inside these PDF files. For example, standard pitch size or football players' roles like goalkeeper. In Sport Monks, I believe we need to wait for a new version of API just to have much simpler structure of data to quickly analyze and find data we are interested in. Understat, also extremely popular, but as of now, according to my understanding, we can only web scrap this data. So we can use Requestium library, for example. Raise your hand if you still remember this library. Request plus Selenium Requestium. Yes, thank you so much. Or beautiful SOAP library. That's why, because you can decide to web scrap some data, I can recommend you some extras. First of all, MPL Soccer. If you want to draw image, like chart, with position of football players or ball, you don't need to use standard visualization libraries and spend your time. We can use this library based on Matplotlib. So plotting soccer football charts in Matplotlib, for example, loading stat bombs, open data we have already discovered today. So please remember about this one to speed up if you want to draw something. Sports reference company, it's a huge company, delivery data about multiple sports, not only for football, but for football, we need to find FB ref. Yep, and we are absolutely safe, to use data from FB ref. But also, because we are on Python, EuroPython 2025 conference, we also have football-data.org. And finally, we can expect some API and even dev-friendly football API. So if you're interested in API, you can use SportMonks or you can check football-data.org. And now a little bit more about learning materials, because I hope somebody of you just considering this option to work in sport domain in IT, or even became a sport analyst, football analyst. The best, yes, of course, material from my side, it's Ted Lasso, and especially third, how you can name it, series, and episode number 7. If you want to understand all these details, how Germany football national team will win World Cup 2026. It's like, I believe, only 7 minutes describing gegenpressing, offensive play, compactness, adaptable vertically, all these modern super words. Just one episode, episode 7, series edition 3. And please remember, if you never started to watch Ted Lasso, you can skip second season. Just start with first, next jump to third. And next year we can expect fourth season. And this month in US, they will start filming first season for us. How to get started in football analytics? This one article from StatBomb I can extremely recommend to you, and because I have already shared slides with you, you will just find this slide, click, yep, and you will navigate to this article. And how to learn sport analytics for beginners from this author. Also can extremely recommend these two materials. And finally, more like video courses, online courses from Coursera. Unfortunately, it's specialization. It means we need to pay for like subscription. We cannot purchase only single course. However, remember you can all time send aid help, yep, and kindly request free access for you. And we, in practice, interested only in first one course, Foundation of Sport Analytics on Coursera. So you can skip this Moneyball, for example, course from this specialization. And now we are going to closing slides. All source code, Python source code, you will find on my GitHub. Sport marks, stat bombs, feel free to use, share, absolutely unlicensed, free to use, to share. And I will be happy to answer your questions on the corridor, on Discord. But if for some reason we will fail, with this Q&A session, just find this slide, click on hire me, it means send email, no worries, it's just email, or LinkedIn, and you will message me on LinkedIn. And yes, of course, because I am Ukrainian, I should kindly ask you to consider to help Ukraine during this hard time. And I can recommend Come Back Alive Fund, extremely mature, old, valuable, trusted fund. And you need just to remember to select Army Assistant, because we can help directly to Army, not to fund, because Ukrainian business helping fund, because these people working many, many years full-time in this fund, and Ukrainian business helping with this money, but we can directly help Ukrainian army, just select this option, for example. And again, QR code, if you still need to download slides, and surprisingly, we even have time for one or even two questions. We distributed all snacks super quickly. So you can find micro here. And if you have any questions, let's try. You know, I will be on the corridor, Discord, email, LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, no worries. And remember about PyCon Poland 2025, end of August. I can extremely recommend this event. I participated at about 7, probably times, maybe -1 because of COVID. In Gliwice city, super close to Czech Republic.
So that's all?
At least one. Give me one question, please.
It's all so fun and everybody impressed.
Yeah, we have. Yeah? We need to distribute mic.
Hi, so have you tried to use this data, for example, to try to predict results of some matches or do some stuff like that, or like betting or, you know, that kind of stuff?
I'm not from this area like betting, for some reason I prefer betting on, how we name it, stock exchange, like trading and investing. If you will participate in Poland PyCon, I will present my slide about investing in Python and how we can use great Python libraries to predict stock exchange price. So no, I've never tried to use these libraries to predict result of football matches. I'm more interested to analyze why one team perform better than another. For example, for last super nice match between PSG against Real Madrid or Chelsea against PSG, you can see different results. Against Madrid, everything in the data, and it's like good performance of the team. But in Chelsea, it's only Palmer, like no data. It's Palmer, only Palmer. Thank you so much for your question.